Angels, this is the new moon in Gemini reading. Some of you will have experienced the new moon in Gemini yesterday, some today. Today is the 31st. Yesterday was the 30th, of course. And it was my niece's birthday and it was Memorial Day. So I did not get around to doing it yesterday. But here I am today, the 31st, to get in our messages. We're starting with this twin flame oracle and hidden path, detour, slow down, explore, go in a new direction, followed by karmic partner, conventional relationship, duty, and duty bound by societal conventions. Karmic partner doesn't have to mean the karmic. The karmic is like a derogatory term that was created by I don't know who and spread throughout like the spiritual community. But all of these relations, like even soulmate relationships that are destined, your lifelong partner, it's a karmic relationship. Karmic relationship just means destined and containing lessons, like, from the universe. So it's not really something negative per se. In any case, that's why this karmic partner could be anybody. This could be positive for some of you, or it could be like you're going down a hidden path, an unknown path, an unfamiliar path with the karmic, as you might say. Or a karmic business partner, even. Maybe something having to do with the material world, money, career status, third dimension, make your mark, potential, fulfillment, risk, achievement. Your potential is limitless. So it looks like we are being guided to go after something, whether it's a relationship or a financial opportunity or both. Dive on in. So I'm just going to give these a little shuffle. Got cycles there, there's blessings, protection, attention, love. Your guides are always with you. Fertility is back. This could definitely have meaning for this with this moon. Not only, newness in general and growth and expansion in a general sense, but actual babies. Like Gemini and Mercury rules siblings, so you could be giving birth to, your children's siblings, your second child, your third child, whatever it is, or maybe multiples, twins, like the sign of Gemini. Or maybe where you weren't expecting to be able to get pregnant or to be fertile or to get somebody pregnant, that could be happening, where you're learning that it is possible or that you have been successful and you are pregnant. Fresh ideas, manifest, growth, plant your seeds. Gemini, Mercury also rules commerce and transportation. So again, business, you could get a new car, you get a new business, a new job. Got runner. New sneakers. Escape from emotion and confusion on the run. Overall energy is now awakening, realization, progress. Your twin is awakening to your connection. Followed by mystery, magic, intrigue, suspense. You're entering unknown territory. That sounds kind of like the hidden path and what was going on unknown. So I think, we've leveled up. And the next phase, we're unfamiliar with it. But you're just guided to go with the flow. Go on in. So with the tarot deck, this is the Modern Witch Tarot. It's like a Rider-Waite based deck. We're starting with the Page of Cups, a youthful energy. Could have to do with children, again, babies, siblings, someone younger than you in general. It doesn't have to be like a large age gap. It could just be slightly younger than you. Or just a youthful, lighthearted, positive, happy energy. Let's see. This is followed by the hanged. What's the hanged one? It's the hangman. And the hangman does represent the sign of Pisces, as possibly does the Page of Cups. Page of Cups, as a court card, can be an actual person in your life, a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Followed by the Nine of Cups in reverse. So there could be an offer and maybe you're unsure which way to go. You feel like you're in limbo. You don't know the decision, but it's a positive offer. You might just feel like you have to think about it. or you're awaiting an answer, and it's like you feel like you're hanging in the balance because you made a positive offer and you haven't heard back yet. And the delay could be because of Mercury retrograde, and or because the person is at a distance from you, and so there's something going on with them. But again, this is a sign of positivity too, and growth and expansion, but also a need for patience, particularly if there's a pause, which the Hangman can indicate, the Three of Wands. Yes, I was saying about the new moon. There could be, we got the Knight of Cups here, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, again an offer also. But the Knights, like the pages, bring news and, let you know that there's an opportunity, for happiness. And then the Knights take action. And this is, I think, being guided to move forward and take action, even where there's fear, even where there's been hurt, like in the past or whatever. And you may have at one point felt like you were being betrayed, whether that was legitimate or not. You may have felt that, stabbed in the back, still guided here to move forward. Nonetheless, these are very positive cards. All right, so the Knight of Cups, he's going forward. Again, Knights take action. Everything is fine. Even if, again, this is the feeling or there's fear that everything's not fine, everything is fine. And then we get reconfirmation of that message with the Ten of Pentacles. This is security, abundance, happiness, family, friends, close people getting together, not a care in the world, not worried, like all their needs are met, they're happy. Ace of Wands immediately behind that. The Knight of Swords, so this is a very quick moving energy. Decisions are happening. People are rushing in, rushing to your aid, rushing toward you. Right? This one's going this way. This one's coming this way. This Knight of Swords, of course, potentially a Gemini, the Gemini new moon, Libra or Aquarius or someone like into those traits or attributes. And I'd say they're facing each other. Could definitely be something happening in the area of relationships too, with water signs and air signs especially, but of course with anybody. Maybe specifically, more specifically a water sign female and an air sign male, or an air sign masculine, whether they're female or male, and a water sign feminine, possibly. One more. Yeah, so transportation, if a trip or whatever had been delayed or canceled, or you weren't able to come up with the money, you didn't figure out how you're going to make the trip happen or whatever, now suddenly you may be able to, because again, transportation, travel, things are getting moving. We have an overall energy here of the Six of Pentacles in reverse, followed by the Queen of Cups, who is also in reverse, the Six of Wands, also in reverse, and then there's the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands is a card of joy, happiness, contentment, commitment, relationship, up to and including marriage. It's living together, it's purchasing a home, it's moving, it's redecorating. The Six of Wands, whether upright or in reverse, is still a victory. The energy could be lessened with it in reverse, or perhaps there's a delay right now, but this victory is coming. So maybe you're waiting to, again, purchase a home or to enter a relationship, to move forward in some way that's going to bring you joy, and it hasn't happened yet, and that may be because of Mercury retrograde, or because somebody going through something emotional, maybe they're imbalanced, turned upside down, not sure which way to go, not sure what to do. The Six of Pentacles is a card of balance, and they could feel like they're sort of out of sorts, like they've been maybe giving too much and not receiving enough, and are looking for something reciprocal, but a win is coming. Again, it may not be as grand a win as they had expected, or there may be a delay in that gratification, but it is coming. So there will be happiness. Lastly, here, we just saw the Tower, and I didn't mention it, but the next card in this deck, after the Four of Wands, was the Tower in reverse. And now we have it here behind the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is warm-hearted, devoted, loving, and faithful. A trustworthy person or relationship enters your life. You may receive wise and compassionate advice from someone who speaks directly from the heart. So that we have that followed by the Tower. This person, this King of Cups, may again come rushing in unexpectedly, like the Knight of Swords, and that could turn your whole life around, or something extremely emotionally fulfilling and joyous could occur. Like you could find out that you're pregnant, or that a baby could be born. Again, siblings or something could happen with some bit of unexpectancy. So maybe like a baby comes early, but it's all good. That could be what the Tower is, or a major revelation, maybe involving something emotional, again, positive, happy. You have, oh, ding, the light bulb goes off and you know what to do. You know what to do, which way to go next or what your decision should be in life. A significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change. It is time to spread your wings. And behind that, we have the Chariot. So Chariot is a card of victory, again, success. So think about that Six of Wands again. This can also be about, again, a move. Maybe it's connected to the Four of Wands. Maybe it's connected to both, right? Moving forward. So metaphoric, literal. It's success, an important achievement, self-discipline and willpower and public recognition. Major Arcana card 7 represents the sign of Cancer in the Tower, in the tarot. The Tower for me can be sort of scorpionic, Aries, Mars, kind of, like action, destruction, knock everything down, rebuild it sort of energy. Similar to what death can be. The next card is the Ace of Pentacles, but it is in reverse. The inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, and important documents or contracts. So we'll mix these up now. And this reading should go through 6/13 or 6/14. 6/13, I guess it will go through. So some of us will experience the full moon. What sign is the full moon in? Sagittarius, I think. Yeah, it should be Sagittarius. We had Scorpio last. So some people, depending upon where you are in the world, you will experience on June 13th, which is a very busy day in general. It's also the major feast day of Our Lady of Fatima, the one that all the townspeople showed up for. It is the day that Mercury leaves Taurus and enters Gemini, which it rules. What else is going on? Oh, the moon, yeah, potentially for some people. So there's a lot happening that day. And then others of us will experience it on the 14th of June, which is Flag Day in the United States. I don't know if that means anything to anybody, but it is a thing. Anyway, our new overall energy here is the Ten of Swords. So the end of some sort of challenge that we had been experiencing, and that's going to allow us to, again, move forward now, or move. Maybe, again, literally, physically move from house to house. The end of a difficult situation, embrace the change and expect things to get better. So we shouldn't be thinking about what if things still aren't going to be right. We should be expecting things. They are going to be right. They're going to be better now. Somebody could also be recovering from an addiction. I'm going to go ahead and take these away, kind of, sort of. And either these or those I'll use for clarifiers, if we need them, but I'm going to otherwise just try to use these, beginning with the general spread, single, coupled, this is for individuals or couples, however. So, actually I'll do the cross spread. So, this first pile, recent past, we got 3 cards for that one. The first one is memories, nostalgia, repetition, attachment, reliving the past, let it go. Followed by deception, mask, illusion, duplicity, look beyond the superficial. So there could be something about the past that you're misinformed about. for starters. And lastly, alone, abandoned, lonely, lost. The divine is with you. So this is recent past, which may not have come yet. Recent past, you know, because it's during the 2 weeks period of this moon. This could also be like losing a relationship with somebody that you thought was close to you. And maybe that's what the Ten of Swords was about. In both cases that we saw it, even when it was the Everything is Fine card, and just now is the overall energy in that other deck. But I think this will be one of the ones that we clarify. I'll pull a card from one of those other decks in a moment, or maybe both, and we'll see what it says. But so far we have memories, deception, and alone. Or somebody could be thinking about remembering when they were deceived and sort of left alone and like out in the cold, like there's nobody here to help me out of this situation. And they could be thinking back on that and be sort of stuck in that place. But near future is what? Hesitation, maybe because of that, because of the past, afraid to move forward. Says it right here, actually. Past heartbreak, broken trust. So I think that's what's being described here. Afraid to move forward, just like I just said. Okay, so that's near future. And we see why, because we're coming from this. But there's potential, though. There's room to move forward. Fulfillment, risk. If you're willing to take a chance, it makes sense to do so. Achievement. Your potential is limitless. But we have hesitation there. We have a person waiting. And fertility. This is the time where you can grow. I mean, like, this is your moment. Fresh ideas, manifest, growth, plant your seeds. If you can get yourself unstuck and to stop that hesitation and to go ahead and move, then there's success. Crowning, we have mirroring, reflection, twin, wholeness, synchronicity abounds. This is a perfect card, crowning card for a Gemini reading, right? The twins there, the twin birds. So this is a message from higher self. We also have surrender, detach, trust. So as opposed to distrust, we have this crossing. Higher self, or Spirit 5D, is saying trust. Go ahead and free fall. Have faith that all will be well. And lastly, runner, escape from emotion and confusion. Be on the run. I think even that is saying, right, just break away from this sort of wallowing in self-pity and fear and whatever. Escape from that, free yourself from that, allow yourself to go ahead and free fall and move forward and take a risk, take a chance, because your potential is limitless. 3D message. We have spring. Your love is blooming. Your answers arrive in spring. So if that's the case, it means before the 21st of June. It's also, that is part here with split energy. So like someone's here, someone's there. You're kind of scattered. Options, unfocused, multitasking. Decide what you really want. And perception, red flag, delusion. This could be deception, delusion, confusion, right? Perspective. See through your own false beliefs. So this, again, like I said about the Everything is Fine card, so you could have thought something wasn't right, but that doesn't mean that's the case. Like you could be remembering something incorrectly too. It's all about perception. Our perception is our reality. So if we see something in some way, then we believe that to be true. That's our reality, but doesn't make it the reality. Doesn't make it the actual way things went down. Here, at the heart of the matter, we have no. The answer to your question is no. So if there's did they lie to me? Did they cheat me? Did they whatever? The answer there could be no. Alternatively, should I, take a chance with them? Should I go back to them? Should I go backwards, period? No. Let's see what else is at the heart of the matter. We got lessons, knowledge, understanding. Look for the lesson in this situation. And lastly, family, kids, opinions, judgment, resolve family stress, and get support. So just a side message with this sort of sitting here next to fertility. But it's making me feel like And in between also with this alone here, it's making me feel like somebody, like maybe they don't like your child's other parent, your family doesn't like your child's other parent, the father, the mother, whatever it is. And you just could be feeling sort of, somebody could be feeling sort of alone in that sense, and maybe afraid to move forward. Like, how do I raise these kids by myself? Or how do I raise this kid by myself? Everybody's like trying to get involved, not minding their business. But there is room here to resolve family stress and to get support. Crossing that, we have soulmate. So maybe that's from whom the support will come. You know, some sort of soulmate in your life. It doesn't have to be romantic soulmate, but it definitely could be. Compatibility, companionship, your best life partner. But I feel like it could also be like a close friend or, again, a particular family member that helps you. Specific to love, we have denial, repressed emotion. So somebody's like trying to hold back, you know, their feelings. Then they're not putting their real feelings out there, whatever they are. We got rejection. Maybe they're afraid of rejection, or you're afraid of rejection, or they've been rejected, or you've been rejected. Unable to see below the surface. You're unable to see that there's something else there, or unwilling to acknowledge it if you're the one that's holding back. With that, we have creativity, inspiration, productivity, creation. Bring out the greatness within. This is telling us to work on ourselves. In the meantime, you know, just stay busy and keep doing your own thing, rather than focusing on this one way or another, this denial, whoever you are, whatever role you play in the situation. But be careful of settling. Don't settle. Scarcity, insecurity, lack of faith. Believe that you deserve the best. So you don't have to, one message I'm getting, like a side message, I guess, is you don't have to settle for somebody who denies you, like somebody who's afraid to, I don't know, like really like acknowledge you as their mate, as the person with whom they are co-creating and building something, creating love, growing something. You don't have to take that. You don't have to settle for that. If they're like, I feel like there's something about somebody like being denied, like in public. So it's not like an all-out rejection, like I don't want to deal with you, but they're not really, you know, giving you like the true role of their partner. It's sort of like a hidden thing. You know, like a secret relationship. And you don't have to settle for that. Remember, that's for. Crossing these cards, we have beliefs. So maybe you have this two different belief systems. Maybe it's like, oh, you know, my family's Muslim. I can't, you know, have you around them dressed like that, or, you know, that kind of thing. Oh, you know, my mother wants me to have kids. Like, you know, like a 90 Day Fiance, all those African men that were with like the older females, and you know, these women that, you know, were too old to either have kids or to be interested in having kids, and their families would get all bent out of shape. I'm getting something like that too. Similar or clashing belief systems can bring you together or keep you apart. So it's up to you to, you know, not settle. So if you are interested in this older woman, for example, and you're this young African man, you're guided not to settle for, you know, maybe a young African woman who can have kids if who you want to be with is this older woman. This is an example. But, you know, don't let belief systems or your family's belief systems, traditions with which you were raised, get in the way, is what this is saying. And so the messages or the energy with which we will go into toward the full moon in Sagittarius, we have fifth dimension. So there's another leveling up that occurs. Intuitive communication. You are connected at the soul level. You could be really realizing that about a particular person in yourself, that you have this connection. Awakening to that. Getting an offer, maybe for an actual 3D commitment to match of some sort, or relationship. Gesture, engagement, wedding. Rejoice in your union. And pause, inaction, calmness. Step back and wait for the sign. This was in reverse. I feel like it really is telling us that we're going to start going. But I feel like there's a message with pause too. Because like when this kind of stuff starts happening, we can become like overly excited and push too hard and end up pushing somebody away. So I think there's a warning of that too. Like just like taking it slow, being cool, and again, going with the flow. I definitely feel like that has to do with relationships. And let's go ahead and take an additional look with these. So our overall energy was awakening. Makes a lot of sense with what we ended up with, that 5D. So this is all about like a growth, so we can be elevated to the next level, which is in only like the next 2 weeks. So again, in spring, before the 21st of June, this is expected to happen. But I like to do a little clarifying. Let's pull another one for this alone, deception, and memories, although I feel it was clear. Maybe we can get additional messages. Let's see. So I like to work with the upright cards. High Priestess. Listen to your intuition. Have patience and consider carefully what you want before acting. So if this time hasn't come yet for you, where you're feeling this way and you do feel alone, you are guided to like listen to yourself. Listen to your inner voice. Listen to your higher self. Listen to your heart, your soul. Pay attention to the stuff you see, you observe, you hear. What does your common sense tell you to do? And then you may want to, again, go it alone. Real G's move in silence, like Geminis. Not necessarily going to tell anybody what your plans are in terms of moving forward, whatever that intuitive guidance is. You are going to go it alone. Major Arcana card 2, the High Priestess, does represent the sign of Gemini, as well as traditionally water signs in the tarot, Pisces, Cancer in particular. Let's look over here too at fertility, potential, and hesitation. There's a fear, is again what the message was I got from that. And maybe because it has to do with relationships as well. A relationship that continues to grow closer, forgiveness, and the positive resolution of a conflict. So relationship could begin to awaken here. Begin to grow. There's a potential for it to be huge, but we're hesitant because again, we've had pain and hurt in the past. So we're afraid. 2 of Cups. Let's do one for this relationship. So this one is in reverse. I don't want this one. We'll take this one for the relationships. It's positive. 9 of Pentacles. Enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, and successful self-employment. So as opposed to settling and taking something that, isn't necessarily of value, or someone who doesn't value us or whatever, the 9 of Pentacles is significant of, if it's about single people, it's single successful people. You're not worried anymore about being alone. You are taking advantage of the opportunity to spend time by yourself. If it is so you don't have to settle. You don't have to be with just anybody for the sake of not being alone. You can spend time with you and be just as happy. Or if you are talking about a relationship, 9 of Pentacles is still a nice card for relationships too. It's about being worthy and deserving and having a relationship of value that means something to you, that is reciprocal, mutual respect and adoration and love. So very nice there too. And let's look at this one. So this was going into the full moon in Sagittarius, and we have 7 of Cups, a complex decision, the need to do research, stop procrastinating. So maybe that's why there's a pause, because you got some sort of choice to make. What do I want to do? Maybe you're deciding whether or not to move toward a Knight of Pentacles. who is loyal, dedicated, honorable, and kind. Time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments. You have a guardian angel. This could also be you trying to decide if this has to do maybe not with a relationship for you, but with something monetary, a job or whatever, trying to decide whether or not to take it. If you are the Knight of Pentacles, this could just be signifying you moving very, very slowly and methodically and taking the time to be really careful and make a plan to go along with any decision that you're going to make, so that like when you say, okay, this is what I'm going to do, then you're going to follow that like precisely to make sure that you reach your goal. So whatever on the list of 7 things you have, whatever one you pick to do, you're going to, again, plan it out very carefully and go after it that way. That's what the Knight of, and you put that work in, you're going to be happy that you did. Whatever it has to do with, again, if it has to do with money or love, relationship, you put the effort in, you're going to get out the result that you're looking for. Skilled work is rewarded. Learning all there is to know about a topic and maybe even going back to school. Sometimes I get greedy. Yeah, we got the Emperor here. So this is 1/2 potentially of a divine union, or again, this could be significant of, you know, a business owner, a business person of work, a boss, a leader, organization and logic, structure and discipline, leadership. So you're taking the lead role in something, and again, you're going to be successful. We got the 6 of Swords. I guess I'll stop here. There's more upright cards. Sometimes I get real greedy with them. The challenging times are coming to an end, and you can now breathe a sigh of relief. Let go of the past and embrace the happier times ahead. I think with you, you know, at the helm sort of and leading the role. So the Emperor represents the planet Mars, which I was talking about before, taking action, which rules the signs of Aries and Scorpio. We can go on to another spread now. The card that I did not pull and that I did not use before was the 6 of Pentacles. I'm just going to put it in here. Go on to a spread from the perspective specifically of the masculine, the divine masculine. Give these another very quick shuffle. Just saw ego. We got mystery. And sacred journey. Oh. What's going on here? Unawakened, unaware, 3D, ego, darkness. Your twin flame is not ready yet. And behind that we have stuck. Quickly mix these up too in case we decide. I don't think I'm going to use these again, but especially since we have the other tarot deck also. But let's just give them a quick mix up. Perfect as that. We got the Gemini energy. The Knight of Swords. He's decisive, focused, driven, and impulsive. Get ready for progress to speed up. This situation requires you to choose logic and intellect over emotion and to make your decisions quickly. That Nine of Pentacles is behind it, but in reverse. So I'll take these away for a moment. And the spread from the perspective of the Divine Masculine, beginning with the card that actually represents the feminine, and it is Fifth Dimension. Intuitive communication, you are connected at the soul level, and we may find ourselves actually, doing this. Either we're receiving messages. In my experience, when I don't, it's more than my masculine because I've observed it with other people. The masculine in general, once I guess elevated to the ability to do this, is better at remote viewing than the feminine. So there could be some of that. And I know so maybe it's like when you speak a different language from somebody, I understand Spanish, for example, a lot better and faster than I speak it. So somebody may ask me something or speak to me in Spanish, and maybe I respond to them in English because that's better for me. And so you could have something like that, like maybe the masculine sending you messages in 5D in one way, and you sort of responding through this other mechanism that's better for you. So whether that is telepathy, sometimes the feminine can be that, or in dreams and things like that, music, connections, you may be doing that. Fifth dimension. And this probably is going to be after the 3rd of June. So maybe not yet. If we're experiencing, it's probably going to be after Mercury goes direct. Even though, again, with the new moon today, yesterday, again, that should be promote new communication because it's newness and Gemini rules communication. That should be even better after Mercury goes direct, our ruler. The masculine as it relates to the feminine, we got material world. So like you're in the 5th dimension, he's in the material world. He's in the 3D. Money, career, status, 3rd dimension. Says it right there. Make your mark. So you're like literally not on the same, you're literally not in the same dimension. It's like when you say, I feel like we're not on the same planet. You're not, kind of. It's that type of thing. The masculine as it relates to himself, we have offer. So this could be why he's working so hard in the 3D world and focused on 3D things like, job, money, because he wants to make some sort of offer, gesture, engagement, wedding, rejoice in your union. And the masculine, with regard to the connection or union as a whole, we have mystery. So it's like an unknown, uncharted territory for both of you, I think. But, this is, he at least feels that way. Magic, intrigue, suspense. You're entering unknown territory. Overall, we've got pause. And that may be, again, because of Mercury retrograde, but also because of, being in these two different planes. What energy the masculine would have the feminine gives for the union or connection if we're up to him, however, this journal. So this is a means of communication. You don't really have to journal necessarily. I mean, it's communication. So whether it's sitting here underneath this 5th dimension card, which is about communication as well, whether, again, it's telepathic or, you're in the 3D too, like physically writing a letter or sending a text or something. That's what he would like. Write, process, contemplate, and understand your sacred journey. What he himself is bringing to the table right now is split energy, options, unfocused, multitasking, like just trying to do a whole bunch of stuff at once and to decide what he really wants. That multitasking can also be juggling more than one, mate or partner or even potential love interest. What the universe would have each archetype, both masculine and feminine, to do toward the union, conducive toward the union, and wants to help them with is feminine. So maybe getting more in touch with your feminine nature, whether you are the masculine or the feminine in the relationship, or you are male or female. your divine feminine, you seeking her twin or soulmate. That doesn't really make sense, but go with the message that I gave. It's a typo on the card. And that energy that we're going into toward the Sagittarius full moon with is sacred journey. Understand who you truly are. This journey brings self-discovery. Which I think kind of speaks for itself. So maybe I should leave it there. And that'll be our reading for the new moon. Hope you enjoy it. Please do like, share, subscribe, and comment. I do appreciate it. Namaste.